Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Listen and Learn English. I'm so happy you are here with us today because in this episode, we are going to learn English in a very calm, natural, and relaxing way while talking about something many people enjoy watering plants and gardening.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are listening from. Emma, how has your day been so far?
My day has been surprisingly peaceful because this morning I spent some time in my small garden watering the plants and enjoying the fresh air. And honestly, it made me feel much more relaxed than checking my phone first thing in the morning.
That already sounds healthier than my morning. I woke up, looked at my phone, and immediately felt busy before I even left my bed.
See, that is why plants are better than phones sometimes.
I agree. Plants don't send notifications.
Exactly. They just quietly grow and wait for water.
That's a beautiful sentence. They quietly grow.
Thank you. And today we are going to learn how to speak English naturally while gardening or watering plants at home.
Before we continue, if you enjoy learning English through real-life activities like this, please take a moment to like this video because it really helps our channel grow and reach more learners around the world.
And don't forget to subscribe to Listen and Learn English so you never miss a new episode where we practice English in simple, practical, everyday situations.
Also, leave a comment below and tell us, do you have plants at home or do your plants need help? Be honest.
Yes, we promise we won't judge your plants.
All right, Emma, tell us, what exactly were you doing in the garden this morning?
I was watering my flowers, checking the soil, and looking at the new leaves that are starting to grow. And while I was doing that, I realized that gardening is actually a perfect way to practice English naturally.
That's interesting. So today, we will not just talk about plants, but we will also learn useful vocabulary and sentences that you can use immediately.
Exactly. For example, you can say, I am watering the plants. I have a small garden. The soil is dry.
Notice that we are using the present continuous. I am watering.
Yes, because the action is happening now.
This episode will help you describe what you are doing step by step, so your English becomes more confident and natural.
Now that we have introduced today's topic, let's begin with the most important gardening vocabulary. Because before you can speak confidently about watering plants, you need to clearly understand the basic words that are used in this activity.
That's right. And the first word is very simple but very important. Plant.
A plant is something that grows in soil and needs water and sunlight to survive.
For example, you can say, I have a plant in my room. I am watering the plant.
Another very important word is soil.
Soil is the earth or dirt where plants grow.
You can say, the soil is dry, the soil is wet.
Notice that soil is uncountable, so we don't say soils.
Exactly. Now let's talk about pot.
A pot is the container where we put soil and plant flowers or small plants.
For example, this plant is in a pot. I need a bigger pot.
Now, another key word is watering can.
A watering can is the container we use to carry water to plants.
You can say, I am using a watering can. I filled the watering can with water.
If you have a garden outside, you may use a hose instead.
A hose is a long pipe used to spray water.
Now let's talk about parts of the plant.
The roots are under the soil,
The leaves grow above the soil.
and the flowers are the colorful parts.
You can say, the leaves are green, the flowers look beautiful.
Notice the structure. It looks plus adjective. They look plus adjective.
For example, it looks healthy. They look fresh.
Sometimes beginners say the plant need water, but remember,
We say the plant needs water because plant is singular.
small grammar details like this make your English sound much more natural.
When you learn vocabulary and context like this, it becomes easier to remember. Now that we understand the basic gardening vocabulary, let's move to the most important part, actually watering the plants, because this is where we use many useful action verbs that you can practice in real life.
Yes, and the first and most obvious verb is to water.
Exactly. You can say, I am watering the plants. I water my plants every morning.
Notice the difference. I am watering means right now. I water means it is a regular habit.
That's a very important grammar point.
Now another useful verb is pour.
Pour means to let liquid flow from one container into another. For example, I am pouring water into the pot.
If you use a hose, you can say I'm spraying water on the plants.
Spray means water comes out in small drops.
Another important verb is grow.
You can say the plant is growing. These flowers grow quickly.
If you put a new plant in the soil, you say I am planting a flower.
Plant as a verb means putting something in the soil so it can grow.
And sometimes we need to dig.
Yes, dig means to make a hole in the soil. For example, I am digging a hole for the new plant.
We also remove unwanted plants called weeds.
You can say, I am removing the weeds. I need to pull out the weeds.
Pull out means to remove something from the ground.
Let me tell you a small story. Last year, I watered one of my plants too much because I thought more water meant faster growth.
That sounds logical, but dangerous.
Yes, and after a few days, the leaves started turning yellow.
So what did you learn?
I learned that plants need the right amount of water, not too much and not too little.
That's another useful structure. Too much water, too little water.
Gardening teaches patience, and English can be learned the same way. Now that we have watered the plants and removed the weeds, the next important step is taking care of the plants properly, because gardening is not only about giving water, but also about understanding what each plant needs to stay healthy.
That's very true, because every plant is different, and some need more sunlight, while others need more shade.
Exactly. For example, you can say, this plant needs more sunlight. This flower needs less water.
Notice the structure. It needs plus noun.
For example, it needs water. It needs sunlight. It needs attention.
That last one is interesting. It needs attention.
Yes, because plants are like small living things that depend on us.
Now let's talk about how to describe how plants look.
You can say, the leaves look healthy. The plant looks dry. The flowers look beautiful.
Notice the structure. It looks plus adjective. They look plus adjective.
For example, it looks green. They look fresh. It looks strong.
If something is not healthy, you can say, the leaves are turning yellow.
Or, the plant looks weak.
Another useful sentence is, I forgot to water it yesterday.
That sentence uses the past tense, I forgot.
Planting also teaches responsibility.
Yes, because if you forget to water your plant for many days, you may say, oh no, it looks dry.
That sentence usually comes with a little panic.
True, but sometimes even when you try your best, a plant may still not grow well.
And that's when you say, I will try again.
Exactly. Gardening is about patience and learning from mistakes. Even when we try our best to take care of plants, sometimes problems appear. And this is a very important moment to learn useful English because describing problems helps you expand your vocabulary in a practical way.
Yes, because gardening is not always perfect and peaceful. Sometimes it becomes a small challenge.
For example, you might notice that the leaves are changing color. You can say, the leaves are turning yellow.
That sentence uses the structure, are turning plus color.
Exactly. Another common problem is when the plant does not look healthy. You can say, the plant is dying. The plant looks weak.
The verb die is very strong, so we use it carefully.
Yes, and sometimes the problem is insects. You can say, there are insects on the plant. There are bugs on the leaves.
Now let's talk about water problems.
If there is too much water, you can say, there's too much water in the soil. The soil is too wet.
And if there is not enough water, you say, the soil is too dry. The plant needs more water.
Notice again, too much is used for uncountable nouns like water. Too many is used for countable nouns like insects.
For example, there are too many insects. There is too much water.
Let me share a small story. Last summer, I thought one of my plants needed extra care, so I watered it every day, sometimes twice a day.
That sounds very caring.
Yes, but after 1 week, the leaves started turning brown, and I realized I gave it too much water.
So what did you learn?
I learned that balance is important, not too much and not too little.
That is a very useful phrase. Not too much and not too little.
Gardening teaches patience, observation, and responsibility, and all of these experiences give you real situations to practice English naturally. Now that we have talked about watering plants and solving gardening problems, let's talk about something more personal, gardening as a hobby. Because for many people, gardening is not just a task. It is something they truly enjoy doing.
Yes, and hobby is an important word. A hobby is an activity you do in your free time because you like it.
For example, gardening is my hobby. I enjoy gardening in the evening.
Notice the structure. I enjoy plus verb ing.
For example, I enjoy watering my plants. I enjoy spending time in my garden.
Gardening is often described as relaxing.
You can say, gardening helps me relax. It makes me feel peaceful.
That structure is very useful. It makes me feel plus adjective.
For example, it makes me feel calm. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel productive.
Another useful word is stress.
You can say, gardening reduces stress. It helps me forget my problems.
Sometimes, after a long day at work, being outside with plants feels refreshing.
Yes, and here's a very natural sentence. I love breathing fresh air in the garden.
Fresh air is a common expression in daily English.
Let me share a small story. During a very busy week last year, I felt tired and overwhelmed. So one evening, I went outside and started watering my plants slowly and quietly.
And what happened?
After just 15 minutes, I felt calmer. And I realized that gardening helps me clear my mind.
That's another useful phrase, clear my mind.
Yes, you can say, gardening helps me clear my mind.
Gardening teaches patience.
And patience is also important when learning English.
Plants grow slowly, and language skills grow slowly too.
Exactly. Both need time, care, and consistency. One of the most beautiful parts of gardening is not the watering, not the digging, not even the cleaning. It is the moment when you begin to see growth, because that is when you realize your effort is working.
Yes, and growth is a powerful word.
You can say, the plants are growing well. My flowers are blooming.
Blooming means flowers are opening and becoming beautiful.
Exactly. Another useful sentence is, there are new leaves on the plant.
You could also say, the garden looks beautiful now.
Notice again, it looks plus adjective. For example, it looks fresh, it looks healthy, it looks colorful.
And if something improves over time, you can say, it is getting better.
That's a very natural English expression.
For example, my plants are getting stronger. My garden is getting greener.
Green is often associated with life and health.
You can also describe progress like this. At first, the plant was very small, but now it is much taller.
That sentence compares the past and the present.
Let me ask you something, Emma. Do you remember the first plant you ever grew?
Yes, and honestly, it was very small and fragile, and I was worried every single day that it would not survive.
But it survived?
Yes, and when I saw the first flower bloom, I felt so proud.
That's another useful sentence. I felt proud.
You can say, I am proud of my garden. I am proud of my progress.
That word progress is important because gardening, just like learning English, is about
progress.
You start with a small seed, and slowly, with care and patience, it becomes something beautiful.
And the same happens with your English skills.
Now that we have walked step by step through watering plants and gardening, let's take a moment to review what we learned today. Because reviewing helps you remember vocabulary more clearly and use it more confidently in real life.
Yes. Today, we learned many useful words that you can use immediately if you have plants at home.
We talked about basic vocabulary like plant, soil, pot, watering can, hose, roots, leaves, flowers.
We practiced important action verbs such as water, pour, spray, plant, dig, grow, remove weeds.
We also learned how to describe problems using phrases like too much water, too little sunlight, the leaves are turning yellow.
And we practiced useful sentence structures like it looks plus adjective, it needs plus noun, it makes me feel plus adjective.
For example, it looks healthy, it needs water, it makes me feel peaceful.
And we talked about gardening as a hobby and how it can reduce stress and help you relax.
And most importantly, we connected gardening with learning English naturally. Because when you describe what you are doing in English while watering plants, you are practicing real communication.
Small daily activities can become powerful English lessons.
Just like plants grow slowly with care and patience, your English will grow with consistent practice.
If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please like this video because your support truly helps our channel grow and reach more learners around the world.
Don't forget to subscribe to Listen and Learn English so you never miss our next daily life English conversation.
And leave a comment below telling us, do you have plants at home? And what do you usually say in English when you water them?
We love reading your comments.
Keep practicing.
Keep growing.
Keep speaking English every day.
See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.